Hey, how's it going guys? Saud here, and in this tutorial I'm gonna teach you about Gitignore. So what Gitignore is, so as you know, ignore means something which you don't want to see or don't want to look, and this is why Gitignore comes in. When if you want to file or you want to file which doesn't apply the rules of the Git, that's where Gitignore was. Pardon me if that sound complicated. It will make more sense now. So just what I'm gonna do in this file, the test file, what I'm gonna do is create a new file. New directory. We are starting with the new where. So we're gonna create a new directory called new, and then what I'm gonna do, go inside there, and after that what I'm gonna do is touch file 1.js, touch file 2.js, touch file 3.js. Now 3 touch files. After that what I'm gonna do next is API keys. So API keys .js, sorry, touch, not JD but JS, yeah. And then what I'm gonna do is next is create more files but not JS. Instead of that, secret one dot, like text txt, our text format, and secret2.txt. And now what Gitignore does is, in the API keys and the secret text key and secret text 2 key, you don't want to upload it to a remote server, something like GitHub or GitLab, because these files contain something important which you don't want to show any one other than the admins of the administrator. So that's where we comes in. So these files must be protected from the Gitignore, or rather to upload it on the server. There are horror stories, or you can say danger stories, people's getting fired because they mistakenly uploaded the AWS keys, or GCP keys, the cloud servers keys, and also the APIs. Like people use the Google Map API as a primary example for another people's. So that's how it's work. So what next? How I'm gonna do this? So there's a hidden file called Gitignore. So like there's a hidden folder entirely, which is this one .git. Now to create that, what you need to do is touch .gitignore, IGNORA. It must be look like this, okay? And you can't see it here because it's a hidden file, but if you type ls-a, which is, you can see this. So that's where it comes in. Now how are we gonna open that? So just if you have the atom, you can do this, atom -a, and the followed by the name of the file, so Gitignore. And here you need to put the files which you don't want to put it there. So the ways to put are is, number one is directly typing the name of the file. First what I'm gonna do is, instead of doing that, I will initiate the Git repository and show you how files are put in. So just type git initiate, or git init. I call it initiate because it's look good. And now if I type git add period and check the git status, you can see that these are file already put it inside. So how you gonna remove that? Like you don't want to put this file or this file inside there. So what you need to do is git rm gas, and I will remove all of that for the sake of learning, and period. That's how you remove all of the files. Now inside the Gitignore file, what you need to do is put the file names which you don't want to don't want to apply the rules of everything. So API keys, that's okay. The next line, secret text 1, secret text 2. So that's where you can do it, but you want to ignore all the text files, because you know that you do not need the text files. So how you gonna do that, you're gonna ask, right? So for that there's an option called asterisk, the asterisk dot txt. You will ignore all kind of txt file. And there's another thing like these has files. You can write any comments, you usually do any programming language. These are the files, like something like that. And if you want to ignore a whole folder, like in the npm registry, you want to ignore the whole npm npm modules or node modules. So to do that, just do and like something like that. So in here we do not need those, because we only want to remove the extension with .txt files and the api.js. So after that, just save it and throw the git add status. And if you check the git status, you can see only these 3 files are what we call staged. And if you can easily comment this, like with a message of something like initiate Gitignore, something like that. I have no idea, like I'm not good at this naming stuff, so I will bet that many people are not good at naming things. So that's how it works. That's how you can use the Gitignore. It's become very handy because it will always protect you from these things, and it will make less tedious the job of programmers. That's why it needed. So that's all, and in the next tutorial I will teach you how you can push these files to remote repository or any other servers, something like that, in the next tutorial. So see you guys there.